You know, sometimes, life teaches us lessons in the most unexpected ways. Maybe you felt it too. One day you're going about your life just fine, eating the same foods you always have, enjoying your favorite snacks, maybe treating yourself the way you deserve after a lifetime of hard work, and then suddenly, your body feels different, slower, less forgiving. Foods that once made you feel strong and energized now leave you feeling tired, bloated, even a little bit sick sometimes. And here's the truth: no one really tells us when we hit those golden years. What you eat after 70 can either be your best medicine or your slowest poison. I know that sounds harsh, but if you stay with me for just a little while today, I promise you and I are going to walk through this together, because it's not about giving up everything you loved, it's about making small, wise choices that protect you, that make you feel alive again. Choices that can add years, happy, vibrant years, to your life. So today, my friend, let's talk about something very close to my heart: the 7 foods you should stop eating after 70, yet even if you've loved them your whole life, even if you think they're harmless, even if they feel like little comforts on a tough day, because these foods, quietly, invisibly, might be harming you more than helping you now, and it's not too late to change, alright? Take a deep breath. Relax. Let's have a real, gentle conversation. Heart to heart. This isn't about fear, it's about hope, about feeling good again. And you deserve that more than anyone. So let's dive right in. If food number 1 might surprise you, processed meats. I'm talking about bacon, sausage, deli meats, hot dogs. They're fast. They're tasty. They remind us of cookouts, family picnics, simpler times, but after 70? They quietly become one of the biggest threats to your heart, your brain, and even your memory. You see, processed meats are packed with sodium, preservatives like nitrates, and other chemicals that inflame the body. And here's the kicker: as we get older, our bodies become more sensitive to that inflammation. It's like a slow fire inside, damaging our blood vessels, stiffening our arteries, clouding our minds. A study published by the National Institutes of Health found that high consumption of processed meats is strongly linked to heart disease, stroke, even certain cancers. And here's something many folks don't realize: even low-fat or natural versions often still contain hidden additives that put a strain on kidneys that are already working hard, hearts that are already doing their best. I'm not telling you to never enjoy a bite of your favorite foods again, but it's time to be mindful. Instead of reaching for a slice of bacon in the morning, what about an egg cooked in olive oil, a slice of avocado, or even some lightly seasoned turkey breast you roast yourself? Simple swaps like that can make a world of difference, not just adding years to your life, but adding life to your years. Alright, now, food number 2. Deep fried foods. Oh, how tempting they are, right? Golden French fries, crispy fried chicken, onion rings hot out of the fryer. They smell like home, like comfort, like memories we never want to let go of. But here's the hard truth: after 70, your metabolism slows down, your digestion changes, and your body struggles more to process the heavy oils and trans fats that fried foods are soaked in. Those fats don't just sit in your stomach, they coat your arteries, raise your bad cholesterol, and sap your energy. And studies from Harvard Health show that eating fried foods just once or twice a week can significantly increase your risk of heart problems after 65. The risk grows even faster past 70, because your heart, the beautiful heart that's carried you through all the storms of life, simply can't handle the extra burden anymore. I know it's not easy to say no when the plate is right in front of you, but maybe next time, you'll think of that strong heart inside you, and you'll choose baked, grilled, or roasted foods instead, not because you have to, but because you deserve to feel good after every meal. Food number 3. And this one breaks a lot of hearts: sugary sweets, cakes, cookies, candy bars, pies. They're not just foods, they're memories, birthday celebrations, holidays, grandkids handing you homemade cookies with proud little smiles. I get it, sweets hold a special place in life, but after 70, sugar becomes less of a treat and more of a silent enemy. Too much sugar spikes your blood glucose, leading to increased risk of type 2 diabetes, weakening of your immune system, and perhaps most heartbreaking, accelerating cognitive decline. That's right, high sugar diets have been strongly linked to memory loss and dementia, and none of us, not you, not me, wants to lose the precious memories we've spent a lifetime building. Now, I'm not saying you should never have a piece of birthday cake again, life is meant to be celebrated. But making sweets an occasional joy instead of a daily habit, that's one of the kindest things you can do for your future self. Fresh fruit, small squares of dark chocolate, homemade oatmeal cookies sweetened with banana. They're beautiful, healthier alternatives that still feed your soul without stealing your health. Food number 4. White bread and refined grains. Oh, the smell of freshly baked white bread, it's like a warm hug. But refined grains, like white bread, white rice, most pastas, they're stripped of fiber and nutrients. They hit your bloodstream like sugar bombs, spiking your blood sugar just as fast as candy. After 70, your body craves stability. IT needs slow, steady energy, not roller coaster spikes that leave you shaky, tired, or confused whole grains like oats, brown rice, quinoa, whole wheat bread offer that steady fuel your body needs. They help keep your blood sugar even, your digestion smooth, and your mind sharper. Switching from white bread to whole grain bread might sound like a small thing, but in your body, it's a major victory. Food number 5. Excessive salt. Now, listen, salt isn't evil, your body needs it to function, but here's the catch: most of us, especially after 70, are getting way more salt than our bodies can handle, and too much salt doesn't just raise your blood pressure, it stresses your kidneys, it can cause fluid buildup, swelling in your legs and ankles, and even strain your heart. The American Heart Association recommends no more than 1,500 milligrams of sodium per day for older adults, and if you ever tried reading food labels, you know how fast that number adds up, even in foods you wouldn't think are salty, like breads, soups, or sauces. Learning to season with herbs, lemon, garlic, and spices instead of reaching for the salt shaker, that's a gift you give yourself. Food number 6. Alcohol. And now hear me out, I'm not here to take away your glass of wine at dinner if you enjoy it. In fact, moderate alcohol use can sometimes have benefits, but after 70, alcohol affects you differently than it used to. Your liver processes alcohol more slowly, your balance and coordination might be more easily affected, and alcohol can interfere with medications, sometimes dangerously. One drink can hit your body like 3 used to. It's not about guilt or judgment. It's about protecting yourself, honoring the incredible life you've built. If you choose to drink, make it occasional, make it small, and always listen to how your body feels, not how it used to feel. And finally, food number 7. Artificial sweeteners. I know they seem like the perfect solution, right? At 0 calories, no sugar. What's not to love? But studies have shown that artificial sweeteners like aspartame and sucralose can actually mess with your gut health, your metabolism, and even your brain chemistry. Some research suggests they may increase cravings for real sugar later, others link them to mood swings and headaches, and after 70, when your gut health is tightly linked to your immune strength and even your memory, it's not a risk worth taking lightly. Choosing natural sweeteners like stevia or simply reducing the need for extra sweetness altogether, that's a quiet but powerful way to strengthen your body from the inside out. So there you have it, the 7 foods you might want to rethink after 70. I know this was a lot, I know some of it might feel hard to hear, but I'm telling you this because I care. Because you deserve to feel your best. Wake up with energy. Move through your days with strength and confidence. Stay sharp, joyful, and deeply alive. This isn't about being perfect. It's about loving yourself enough to make small, powerful changes. And if you're feeling a little overwhelmed right now, take a deep breath. You don't have to change everything overnight. Start with one thing. One small, loving choice today, because you're not alone in this journey. I'm right here with you, and in our next chapter, we're going to talk about exactly what foods you should add more of after 70. Foods that can heal, energize, and nourish you in ways you might not even imagine. Now, my friend, now that we've opened our eyes to just how important this is, let's dive deeper together, because the truth is, after 70, our bodies aren't just older, they're wiser, they talk to us in whispers instead of shouts. But the problem is, most of us were never taught how to listen to those whispers, and what we put on our plates every day, it can either heal us, or quietly, slowly, hurt us. Let's get real about it. One food at a time, not to scare you, no, that's not why I'm here. I'm here to help you protect yourself, the way I'd want my own family to be protected. The first food we need to be careful with after 70 is processed meats. I'm talking about those deli slices, bacon and sausages, hot dogs, the easy stuff we grew up loving. I get it, nothing smells better than bacon frying on a Sunday morning. It's tied to happy memories, family breakfasts, summer barbecues, holidays. But here's the hard truth, processed meats are packed with preservatives called nitrates and nitrites, and when those build up in the body over time, they don't just disappear quietly, they've been linked to an increased risk of cancer, heart disease, and even memory problems. A study from the World Health Organization found that processed meats are classified as Group 1 carcinogens, meaning there's strong evidence they cause cancer, especially colon cancer, which, believe it or not, is still a leading cause of death in older adults, and our bodies, after 70, just can't detoxify and repair damage the way they used to. The defenses are weaker. What we could get away with in our 30s, 40s, even 50s, catches up with us faster now. Am I telling you never to touch a piece of bacon again in your life? No, I'm not that cruel, but what I am saying is, it's time to make it a rare treat, not a regular guest at the table, and when you do indulge, make sure it's the highest quality you can find, no nitrates, no nitrites, and ideally from organic, grass-fed sources, because you deserve better than settling for something that might steal years from you. You deserve food that loves you back. And now, let's move on, because this next one might surprise you even more. The second food to watch out for is anything loaded with added sugars. Yes, even the healthy-looking ones, fruit yogurts, granola bars, fancy smoothies. We were all told growing up that a little sugar was harmless. Heck, it was a sign of a good time. Birthday cakes, holiday cookies, ice cream trucks, but now we know the real damage sugar can do. Especially as we age, high blood sugar levels fuel inflammation, and inflammation is the root of almost every major disease that takes our loved ones too soon, and heart disease, Alzheimer's, arthritis, kidney problems, and let's not forget, sugar is sneaky. It doesn't just sit there quietly. It triggers blood sugar spikes and crashes that leave you feeling tired, foggy, moody, and craving more. It's a vicious cycle, and it's exhausting, mentally and physically. It studies from the American Heart Association show that excess sugar intake dramatically increases the risk of heart disease, and for people over 70, that risk is already higher because the heart muscle naturally weakens with a GE.SO. When you pick up something at the store, always check the label. If sugar, or anything ending in ose like fructose, sucrose, dextrose, is one of the first ingredients, put it back. Instead, let's sweeten our lives the old-fashioned way, with real fruit, with cinnamon, with a drizzle of pure honey once in a while. Let's honor these bodies that have carried us through decades of storms and sunshine. Now, I know, my friend, it's not easy to change habits that have been with us for a lifetime, but I promise you, even small steps will start to make a difference. Your body is still listening, it still wants to heal, it just needs a little help. The third food we need to be mindful of is deep-fried foods. I know, fried chicken, French fries, onion rings, they're delicious, right? Comfort on a plate. But here's the thing, deep frying at high temperatures creates harmful compounds called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs for short. These AGEs don't just age your skin faster, they stiffen your blood vessels, damage your heart, inflame your joints, cloud your memory. It's like pouring dirty oil into a car engine that's already been running for 70 plus years. The damage builds up fast. And let's be honest, after 70, digestion slows down too. Our bodies aren't as efficient at processing heavy, greasy foods. That means more heartburn, more indigestion, more strain on the liver and gallbladder. You deserve food that energizes you, not food that weighs you down. I'm not saying never enjoy something crispy ever again, but there are healthier ways to get that crunch: air frying, baking with a little olive oil, or simply roasting veggies until they're golden and sweet. Your taste buds will still be happy, but your heart, your brain, and your joints will thank you every single day. And now, are you starting to see the bigger picture here, my friend? It's not about being perfect. It's not about giving up everything you love. It's about choosing, day by day, meal by meal, the foods that will lift you up, not drag you down. And believe me, once you start feeling the difference, more energy, clearer thinking, lighter moods, you'll never want to go back. And now, stay with me, because the fourth food might be the most surprising one yet, and it's hiding in a lot of health foods we trust. Alright, my dear friend, you've stayed with me this far, and I couldn't be prouder of you. It shows just how much you truly care about your health, your future, and living your very best life, not just surviving, but thriving. Even now, we've already uncovered some surprising foods that can quietly chip away at our well-being after 70. Now, let's bring it all home. Because knowledge is wonderful, but action is where real change happens. The fourth food we must be careful with is margarine and artificial spreads. For years, we were told, butter is bad, margarine is healthy. We trusted those labels. We trusted those commercials showing happy families slathering margarine on toast, but the truth is, margarine and similar spreads are often packed with trans fats, and trans fats are among the most dangerous things we can eat. They increase bad cholesterol, LDL, lower good cholesterol, HDL, and skyrocket the risk of heart attacks and strokes. In fact, research from Harvard has found that trans fats are responsible for thousands of preventable deaths every year. And when you think about it, at our age, it's not just about avoiding something bad happening, it's about protecting all the good that's still ahead of us. Every walk with a grandchild, every sunset watched from the porch, every birthday candle blown out. It's worth it. It's worth choosing real, natural fats like pure olive oil, avocado, real butter in moderation, because our bodies recognize real food, they know what to do with it. The fifth danger food? Excessive alcohol. And now listen, I'm not here to take away your occasional glass of wine or your celebratory toast. Shared moments over a glass are part of life's beautiful memories, but we have to be honest, after 70, alcohol affects us differently. The liver becomes less efficient, the brain is more vulnerable to damage, balance becomes trickier, meaning falls, which can be devastating at this age, are much more likely. The National Institute on Aging reminds us that even small amounts of alcohol can have a bigger effect now, interfering with medications, sleep, memory, even mood. So it's not about total deprivation, it's about mindfulness. If you drink, keep it light, keep it occasional, and always listen to your body. It's earned that respect. The sixth food on our list might shock you: salty, heavily processed snacks. Yes, those crunchy chips, pretzels, crackers, all those quick grab-and-go treats. They seem so harmless, don't they? But the amount of sodium packed into these snacks is Through the roof, and too much salt is a silent killer, especially after 70. It raises blood pressure, stresses the kidneys, dehydrates the body, and can even worsen memory problems. Hypertension, or high blood pressure, is called the silent killer because you often don't feel it until a stroke or heart attack strikes out of nowhere. And let me tell you, one stroke can change everything. Not just for you, but for the people who love you most. So when those snack cravings hit, reach for nuts. Unsalted, fresh veggies, even a piece of cheese to give your body something it can use to build strength, not something that slowly breaks it down. And now, finally, the seventh food, the one that almost nobody talks about, but it's crucial after 70, highly refined white carbohydrates. I'm talking about white bread, white rice, pastries, pancakes, cookies, all that soft, fluffy, tempting stuff. Here's the problem. These foods are stripped of fiber, stripped of nutrients, and they turn into sugar. The moment they hit your stomach, they cause blood sugar spikes just like candy does, leading to inflammation, weight gain around the belly, energy crashes, even higher risk for diabetes and dementia. Harvard researchers have found that diets high in refined carbs are directly linked to cognitive decline. That means memory loss, confusion, even a greater risk of Alzheimer's disease, and I know it's painful to think about. But facing these truths with courage, that's how we fight back. We can swap in whole grains, oatmeal, brown rice, quinoa, whole wheat bread. We can nourish our amazing brains and bodies with real, hearty foods that fuel us, not foods that rob us quietly from the inside out. You are not powerless. Every meal is a new chance to feed your future. And now, take a deep breath with me, because I know this was a lot. It's heavy stuff, and it can feel overwhelming at first, thinking about changing lifelong habits, reading labels, saying no to certain cravings, but you don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to be perfect, you only have to care and take one small step at a time. Maybe today you swap margarine for olive oil, maybe tomorrow you reach for fresh fruit instead of cookies, maybe next week you decide to try baking instead of deep frying. Tiny steps turn into powerful journeys, and before you know it, you feel lighter, brighter, more alive, because you, my dear friend, deserve to live every single beautiful moment ahead of you with energy, with joy, with strength. Your body is still rooting for you. It's still healing, still fighting, still grateful for every kindness you show it, and I'm rooting for you too, every single step of the way. So promise me this: next time you sit down for a meal, you'll pause just for a second and ask, is this food loving me back? If the answer is yes, dig in and enjoy every bite. If the answer is no, you'll know it's time to choose something better, not because you have to, but because you deserve to. You deserve to feel good, you deserve to keep making memories, you deserve all the years, all the laughter, all the life still waiting for you, and it all starts right on your plate. I believe in you, and I'm so proud of you for caring enough to listen today. Now go out there and take care of that beautiful, amazing body of yours. You've still got so much living left to do, and I'll be right here, cheering you on every single step of the way.